Today we are going to look at the cheapest hangboard on Amazon, or at least the cheapest hangboard on Amazon that had good reviews. It's this one. And a couple things that we're gonna look at is how comfortable it is, how soft it is, because I know a lot of times when I use a hangboard, what gives away is my fingertips before my muscles. So we're gonna test that out, and of course we're gonna check out the quality of it. So this is the Survivor, the Beast Plus, and it is not a channel sponsor or anything. I genuinely just wanted another hangboard. So the reason why I got something like this is my particular gym, it doesn't have a hangboard, but the gym that I used to go to had a bunch of different hangboards with all these different cool holds attached to it. I never used those cool attachments. I always just went for the 35, the 20 mil, or even smaller. I noticed that on this one, the smallest is 20 millimeters, and I might want smaller. Maybe you want smaller. So we're gonna look at a few things like that. Welcome to the channel. This is Suck It Slab, and we are testing out the cheapo hangboard. Woo! Today's video is brought to you by Dynamite Starfish. You might have noticed me wearing this shirt quite often in some of the shorts. And the reason why I've been wearing this shirt a lot is because, well, I really like it. It fits really well, it's really comfy. This is the one that McKenna got, and there are many, many other designs, but Dynamite Starfish, check them out and use the code SLAB for 10% off. Thanks. Let's get back to the hangboard. So before I get too far into this, I will show you my old hangboard. I made this and may have taken a few holds from my gym, but I will bring those back as soon as I mount this. This particular hangboard, the cheapo that I bought off of Amazon, it's meant to be hung above a door frame. You might notice that this is not a door frame. This is a pull-up stand that I bought off of also Amazon for under $100. My particular door frames are really high. They're for vaulted ceilings. And so if I were to hang this, well, I guess I'll just show you. If I were to hang this up there, I would need a step stool. And well, McKenna would need a bigger step stool. So I bought this, but do know that this has some pre-built holes, and it also comes with some hardware. It looks like even some hardware for sheetrock and some really big screws. I would 1000% recommend you find a stud finder and drill these into a stud. Probably not your sheetrock. But do know that this is made for on top of a door frame. I am going to be mounting it in some climber fashion to this. So maybe that looks like me mounting this to the back of this thing, this home-brewed hangboard. And there's nothing wrong with this, but these holds are really sharp and they're kind of like sandpaper. And I noticed that if I hangboard for long sessions, I'm losing a ton of finger skin. And that's the last thing that I want to do while I'm hangboarding. And one of the reasons why I'm excited for this wooden hangboard. Like I said, this is wood. A lot of hangboards that maybe you've seen, a lot of hangboards that I have used are some kind of plasticky material, maybe similar to these climbing holds. And those are great. And I've used both wood and the plastic. And my preference is actually wood because it is softer. It's easier on the hands, but that's all up to preference. And I don't know whether or not this brand has the plastic variant, but yeah, let's check this out and let's hang it up there. I definitely jury rigged this a little bit. These are held on with some quick draws and some webbing just to prevent it from swinging. And you know, it's not the most level thing in the world, but it did its trick for what I needed. Extender. I promise we're professionals. Well, McKenna's a professional. Sure. All right, now we have all the length. I mean, surely we don't need all 3 screws.
Oh my gosh.
This actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna use 3 because I'm crazed.
You're more crazed.
Boom. Hangboard, perfect. Perfecto. Okay. So, you might notice a flaw or multiple flaws in this particular hangboard. I'm not gonna name off exactly which one I'm seeing, but I'm sure you can see 1 or 2. Anyway, let's feel it out, you know? Let's just hold on. That feels fairly level. More level than it looks. And I'm just gonna reiterate that it should probably go in a door frame because that's what it's designed for. So I'm not gonna dock any points for my design flaw. We're just talking about this hangboard. Okay, so this has 20 millimeter, 23 millimeter mono. I've never seen these before, this measurement, but maybe that looks like you putting 1 finger here and here, practicing monos. 2 fingers, if you're tiny, maybe you could fit 3 fingers. That's not gonna work for me. Single arm pull downs, I do like that there's a center for 23 millimeter. That feels bigger than 20 to 23 millimeter. I don't know. 25 millimeter, 35 millimeter, 30 millimeter, and 21 millimeter. That's kind of weird. And then there's also these sloped parts, which I particularly like. Okay, so let's talk about just the quality of it, quality of the wood. It is polished, as far as I can tell. Any sort of imperfection is not gonna affect me hangboarding. And it looks good actually. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 for quality of it. I mean, that thing's solid. I pulled it out of its box. I was like, is this a pile of bricks? Because it's heavy. It's quality, it's solid wood. It's real wood. It's none of that particle fake stuff. Okay, let's talk about usability. Let me just hop on here. I mean, I can already tell that this is a much higher quality of life than some other hangboards I've used because, well, it's soft. It's soft on the fingers. There's a couple of different ways for you to do a pull-up. I mean, that's a finger swallower. I'm putting both my digits in this 35 mil. One thing that I would like to see is if there was another spot that was kind of a jug or something here where I could do some pull-ups on, but I guess this is kind of a flat surface on the top where I could do pull-ups. So you would have to do pull-ups on this 35 if you're trying to optimize the most amount of fingers that you're putting in here, but this is for hanging, maybe not necessarily pull-ups, so maybe that's not a design flaw. Anything else that I could see, I wish there was a 10 mil. The smallest part is 20, but I have the other side of the hangboard to use, and that's okay. But if you're looking for a hangboard that has a smaller surface, maybe that looks like a 6 mil, an 8 mil, then there's different versions of this particular hangboard that you could get that if it's made out of the same material, then I would recommend. So I'm gonna use it for a little bit longer, maybe a hangboard session, and we'll check back in. So we've tried it out for a very brief hangboard session. One thing that I noticed is it is wood. I am assuming like some kind of polished wood, and it's smooth. It's really smooth. So it might need a little bit more chalk. I've noticed that as my hands are getting a little bit sweatier, it is a little bit more difficult to hang. And that's not specific for this particular hangboard, that's just in general, but maybe I do notice it a little bit more on this one, or maybe it's just in my head, hard to say. But it's soft on the fingers. There are a lot of options. I wish there was a 10mm option for me to use. Other than that, it was well worth the money. I know we paid about 60 bucks for this. It goes on sale. I saw it on Black Friday sale for 39 bucks, which was crazy, but again, it retails for 60. It's awesome. I've seen other hangboards that are twice the amount of money for the same amount of options, and it does the trick. It's a hangboard. I mean, what more could you want other than more like a smaller hand to use? So I would recommend it. Again, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not actually 100% sure what the brand is. I will double check on my Amazon purchase, and I'll put a link in the description so that maybe you can purchase one. I don't know if this is Survivor brand. Model is the Beast Plus. I'm assuming that's what it is, or if it's the Beast Plus Survivor, I don't know. But I would love to hear what you think in the comments section of what hangboards you have used. Whether or not you have made some contraption like this, or you've actually used it at your gym, or if you've used a different one on your door frame or something like that, because other people who are looking for hangboard options might use you as a resource. So I hope that you found this helpful to you. I know that I'm gonna be using this hangboard for as long as it lasts and as long as it doesn't break. If it does break, I'll make a follow-up video and tell you not to purchase it. Because again, I've had this for the past 30 minutes. But that's what I've seen and I like it. So if you would, drop a like, comment, share the video, and subscribe. Peace.